Your teams are looking very closely at the possibility of Trump having increased the probability of America slipping into recession. I saw the Goldman Sachs report and others which say that the probability is almost doubled from what it was earlier. What's your assessment at the Eurasia Group, Ian, about the chances of the US slipping into recession, and how soon do you think this may happen?
So on any given year, the likelihood of the U.S. hitting recession is 10 to 15%, just in terms of how likely recessions are. At the beginning of this year, that was probably more like 20. Right now, you're looking more at maybe 40, 50, 60. So it's doubled to tripled. And it's purely self-inflicted. The U.S. economy was very strong, low unemployment, inflation coming down, fairly substantial growth, incredible market response as a consequence of all of that. And in just over 2 months, on the basis of singular decisions by one man, President Trump, not particularly advised or constrained by his own economic team, he's made it reasonably likely the U.S. will end up in recession. That's pretty impressive for one guy. And not only that, but he's managed to be an incredible unifier. Not in the United States, but he's truly unified Mexico. 86% approval for the Mexican president right now. He's unified Canada. It's become the most important issue. He's unifying the Europeans. I mean, all over the world, Trump has become an incredible unifier. So, I mean, you really do have to look at just how much of a revolutionary and historic figure that Trump has managed to become for other countries.
You're saying there's a 40 to 60% chance of America going into recession. I was speaking to a top economist at HSBC yesterday, and she said that Indian growth could slip by about 0.5 percentage point on account of the spiral impact of these new Trump tariffs. What's your best understanding of the impact on global growth for this year? What's your forecast? And what impact do you think this could have in your assessment on India's growth?
Well, I mean, you keep in mind that 0.5 point that your guest spoke to you about. That's on the back of the Trump tariffs.
Correct.
Then what happens when there's reciprocity? I mean, if you had that conversation yesterday, that didn't include the Chinese 34%. So, add a few bips on that. I mean, that didn't talk about what the Europeans are going to do. Add some for that. Now, I mean, the uncertainty is whether the reciprocity will be significantly leavened by large-scale deals that are cut. And the countries that are most likely to get to deals are the Mexicans, the Canadians, and the Europeans, because they have so much at stake, and they do have fairly robust ongoing conversations with the Americans on trade. They also have a lot of competency in those issues, but it's going to take a long time. It's not going to happen in a week. So I think it's not just a question of how big the hit will be, but a lot of that hit is going to be front-loaded. So the hit's going to be massive in the next quarter. And then hopefully it'll start to reduce as you see climb downs on the back of engagement that's more constructive between the U.S. and other countries. But those will be very episodic. It won't be everybody, and they won't be successful across the board. So this is, again, because you can't hedge it, the corporate earnings are going to get crushed. And this isn't just one or two sectors, it's every sector, because you're talking about a trade war between the two largest economies in the world, and you're talking about the largest economy unwinding its support for globalization, putting a tariff wall around the country.